Welcome back, Focus learners, to The Explainer. So, have you ever been driving down the highway, or maybe just walking through a grocery store parking lot, and found yourself staring at a gleaming, brand new truck that honestly costs more than what some people pay for a house? We're talking chrome everywhere, plush leather seats, and a price tag that just defies all logic. You look at it and you kind of wonder, right? Like, the person driving that probably makes a pretty average salary. How in the world are they pulling this off? Well, today we are completely breaking down this modern mystery of parking lot economics. We've got to understand exactly how this works because it's wild.
Okay, let's dive into this. Seriously, how do regular people afford $70,000 trucks? Because look, we aren't talking about secret millionaires here. We're not talking about trust fund babies or crypto billionaires. We are talking about everyday folks. Teachers, nurses, mechanics, office workers. Regular people with regular jobs who are driving vehicles that cost significantly more than the median household income. The math seems literally impossible, doesn't it? Well, it turns out there's an entire meticulously designed system out there making these impossible payments feel totally possible.
But to really understand the system, we first need to look at the baseline reality: $700. Just let that number sink in for a second. That is the average monthly payment for a new car in America today. And to be clear, this isn't for some fancy luxury sports car. This is just the average payment for a standard, regular new car purchased by a regular person. Think about it. Just a decade ago, this number would have been considered absolute financial insanity. That's more than what a lot of people used to pay for their monthly rent. But oh man, it gets worse. When we zoom in on trucks and SUVs, which, let's face it, have essentially become the default choice for American buyers right now, those payments are skyrocketing way past that average. It is becoming incredibly common to see monthly payments hitting $1,200. $1,200? That is literal mortgage-level money leaving people's bank accounts every single month. And they're doing this for 6, 7, or even 8 years. So you've got to ask yourself, how are buyers justifying this when our wages simply haven't kept up with these insane vehicle prices? Well, that brings us to Section 1, the illusion of affordability. And this brilliantly illustrates exactly what's happening. The auto industry has fundamentally shifted how we buy cars, basically narrowing our entire focus down to one single, highly deceptive metric: the monthly payment. Remember when a car loan was like 3 or maybe 4 years long? Yeah, those days are long gone. Today, to make a $60,000 truck seem affordable, dealers just stretch the loan out. A standard 4-year loan might demand a super painful $1,500 a month, costing $72,000 total. But if you stretch that exact same loan to 8 years, suddenly the payment drops to a manageable $900. The buyer focuses entirely on that lower number, completely missing the fact that they are now paying $86,000 in total. That's an extra $14,000 out of pocket just to buy the illusion of affordability. Now, this extreme loan extension creates a massive problem known as negative equity. It's exactly what it sounds like. It simply means owing more on a vehicle loan than the vehicle is actually worth. Because, as we all know, cars depreciate rapidly. They drop in value the second you drive them off the lot. By extending a loan out to 8 years, buyers inevitably find that by year 5 or 6, they owe significantly more to the bank than the car's actual market value. They are completely underwater, totally trapped in a rapidly depreciating asset. Which leads us perfectly into Section 2, the negative equity hamster wheel. Believe it or not, dealerships absolutely love this situation. Why? Because it turns everyday drivers into a captive audience for life. It locks them into this vicious cycle that is incredibly difficult to break free from. Let's walk through the exact mechanism of this trade-in trap. Step 1, a buyer takes out that massive 7 or 8 year loan. Step 2, around year 3 or 4, they get bored of the car and want something shiny and new. But remember, they still owe way more than it's worth. So, step 3, the dealership swoops in and says, no problem. They simply take that negative equity, the thousands of dollars the buyer's underwater, and roll it right into a brand new loan for an even more expensive vehicle. People literally end up paying every month for cars they don't even own anymore, all while taking on massive new debt. Oh, and whatever you do, please don't be fooled by those flashy financing promotions. You know the ones. Dealerships love to plaster 0% APR everywhere for qualified buyers, framing it like it's just free money. Guys, it is not free money. The financing cost is already baked right into the vehicle's price. You are either paying full price at 0%, or you're getting a cash discount on the car but paying a market interest rate. You never, ever get both. Plus, let's be real, the people who actually qualify for those super strict 0% offers, they're usually the ones who have the cash to just buy the car outright anyway. Moving on to Section 3, Hidden Costs and Debt Spirals.
Now, what's really interesting about this is just how far people will go to survive these massive monthly obligations. People are doing extreme financial gymnastics. They're basically treating their car payment like a mortgage, adjusting their entire lives around it. We're talking downsizing to smaller apartments, skipping family vacations, or picking up second jobs driving for ride shares, literally just to afford the truck they are driving to the second job. There's a great phrase for this: using a blowtorch to light a cigarette. It perfectly captures how dangerously extreme these tactics are. When a $1,200 car payment eats up all their cash flow, folks start putting routine maintenance, insurance, and gas on high-interest credit cards. Or even scarier, taking out loans against their 401k or tapping into their home equity just to cover a down payment. They are literally borrowing from their future wealth to fund a depreciating piece of metal right now. Technically, sure, it keeps the car in the driveway, but it's an incredibly destructive way to live.
And then, of course, the inevitable happens. Just look at this timeline of escalating repair costs. Modern vehicles aren't just simple machines anymore with a few belts and gears. They are highly complex computers on wheels. A simple brick job in year 3, that can easily set you back $800. By year 5, you might start seeing transmission problems that run $5,000. And by year 7, major engine work can easily blow past $10,000. For an owner who has zero emergency fund, because remember, their entire budget is being eaten alive by that monthly car payment, a single repair bill becomes the immediate catalyst for a totally disastrous debt spiral.
Now let's look at the why in Section 4, the psychology of status.
Seriously, why do people subject themselves to this? How on earth did spending $1,200 a month on a commute become completely normalized? Think about it. If someone spent that much on coffee or shoes every month, we'd stage an intervention and assume they had a massive addiction. But for a car, we just nod approvingly and call it reliable transportation. Well, this is the result of decades of highly calculated emotional manipulation by the auto industry. It creates what the source describes as automotive Stockholm syndrome. It's this intense emotional attachment to your depreciating financial captor. When you suggest to someone caught in this trap that, hey, maybe they could save hundreds of dollars a month by just driving a practical used car, they don't hear sound financial advice. Nope, they hear a direct personal attack on their self-worth, their success, and their hard work. The vehicle has literally become their identity. Because car commercials aren't selling transportation, not at all. They are, quote, selling you the fantasy that you climb mountains, even if the closest you get to off-roading is parking on grass at the county fair, end quote. When you are buying into an identity and a whole lifestyle, dropping $900 or $1,200 a month suddenly stops feeling like a terrible financial mistake. Instead, it starts feeling like an investment in yourself. It's incredibly potent, highly engineered psychological marketing, and it works like a charm. Which brings us to the climax here, Section 5, the true cost of ownership. So the crucial point is, we need to pull together all of these hidden variables, the extended loan terms, the rolled over negative equity, the expensive insurance, the hidden maintenance, all of it. Let's look at the terrifying mathematical reality of a typical truck purchase. Imagine a buyer finances a $55,000 truck over 7 years. The loan itself, once you factor in the interest, actually costs $67,000. But guys, that is just the tip of the iceberg. Factor in a heavy 15-mile-per-gallon vehicle with constantly fluctuating gas prices, and you're looking at around $29,000 just in fuel. Add another $21,000 for comprehensive insurance on a high-value asset, and then tack on $15,000 for standard, unavoidable maintenance and repairs. When you visualize all of that as a whole, it forms this absolutely staggering $130,000 transportation pie. That is the massive, wealth-draining total expenditure required just to keep that single vehicle on the road for 7 years. It is a complete financial sinkhole that totally consumes a household's ability to build any actual lasting wealth. And here is the incredibly stark punchline for all of this. It is wealth destruction with cup holders and heated seats. After spending $130,000 over 7 years, what does the owner actually have to show for it? They've got a rapidly depreciating, aging piece of metal that is now worth maybe $15,000, if they're lucky. Think about that math. They've essentially paid $130,000 just for the privilege of driving a $15,000 truck. Let's move to and see how this builds into an absolutely enormous opportunity cost. On one side of the equation, the truck leaves you with a measly 15 grand in value after 7 years of massive, grinding financial stress. But what if that exact same $800 monthly car payment had been invested in a simple, boring index fund earning an average 8% annual return? Well, in 7 years, that account would hold over $70,000. You wouldn't have just avoided a massive financial burden, you would have actively built substantial, life-changing wealth. Ultimately, what we are looking at here is a very carefully orchestrated system. It relies on extended terms and deep emotional manipulation to convince everyday people that they deserve that luxury vehicle, even if it absolutely breaks them financially. So I'm going to leave you with this final provocative question to chew on. Is the shiny truck really worth eating cereal for dinner? The next time you see that $70,000 monster taking up 2 spaces in the parking lot, you'll know exactly the financial gymnastics it likely took to get it there. And maybe, just maybe, that reliable used car sitting in your own driveway will start looking like the greatest status symbol of all. Keep learning, stay focused, and thanks so much for joining me on this explainer.